Coach, just want to elaborate on that with Alexis. So, do you know exactly what happened to him, and what is his status for tomorrow night?
I don't know yet. I'll have to check with our trainers on his status for tomorrow and Alexis and see how he's doing. But he's been sick. There's been a lot of cold and flu and stuff going around, and he's been dragging for about 3 weeks. And he did not train much coming into this competition. He did enough. He was prepared. He could have done a good job, but after first few skills on his parallel bar routine, he literally could not open his hands. He couldn't physically open his hands, and he tried to get back up and finish. And it was at that point he just turned to me. He says, "I can't open my hands," and he was so cramped up. So at that point, I knew that he couldn't do high bar after that. There was no way he's going to be able to do that or floor. So the rules are that if you take someone out and have to substitute for that routine on that event, you take a full point team deduction. There was no question we had to do that. And so, Quest stepped in and did a nice job, very clean routine. Not a high start value, but he did his job. And we went to high bar, and Thad stepped in his place and did a very clean routine. And I was really happy with that. And then on floor, we've got a very deep and strong floor team. And those guys have competed all through the season. And they've gotten a lot of reps in and opportunities. And so we had several guys to choose from, and Christian has struggled as of late. But he performed so well through the year, and I could tell from watching him that he was ready tonight. He was on. And so we put him in, first guy up, rocked it, and got us going. And, I looked down the line on our floor lineup, and I pulled the guys together, and I knew we had a very good floor lineup, that we could win it. And I pulled them together. I said, guys, this is within our reach. We just do our job, and it can be ours. And they did that. And that's one of the reasons I had Trevor last. The freshman year, he was the NCAA floor champion on that same floor in that same spot. And if there's any guy you want going last, it's the NCAA floor exercise champion. And he's a warrior, He just is. And so when he came out to do that floor set, I knew that he would make it. I didn't have a doubt. And he did a great job, and everyone did a great job. Pulled through, and it was enough for the win. It was a team effort all the way through.
Any certain event that stood out to you tonight that you were really pleased with your team's performance?
We aren't very good on high bar, but we didn't give a lot away on high bar. And we've done that all year long. Pommel horse, we had a miss there. We had some problems on vault, but we never let that snowball and be any more dramatic than one miss. And we had to count those, but at the same time, we came back strong and didn't have a meltdown. And so I was just thrilled with the guys' efforts and being relentless. And we talked a lot about being in warrior mode, what that means. And I've seen glimpses of it, but I haven't seen my team have that for a while. And we've struggled in some years where we haven't stepped up and really knocked it out of the park when we needed to be warriors. What we did tonight.
After Trevor's floor routine, you went out and gave him a big hug. Did you say anything to him? Or
yeah, I said I had you last because I knew you'd be a warrior. And I'll take a whole team of warriors just like you. And, it was a great moment. It was a great moment. You work so hard to have a kid rise to the occasion, and all this adversity. Trevor's had a bad thumb. He hasn't trained. He hasn't done routines in 3 weeks, really. He's done parts of routines. He hadn't done a parallel bar routine since before we went out to Nebraska because he sprained his thumb. He didn't even go to Nebraska with us. And so that was his first parallel bar routine he's done. And he rocked it. You can't ask for more than that.
Coach, does it feel bittersweet at all beating Illinois and Michigan, the two teams you lost to this season tonight?
Yeah, it was nice, but the main thing is to see the guys pull through and perform. They said it best, and I was thinking this before I even saw the scores come up. It didn't matter what we placed. We could have gotten third or fourth tonight. They did their job. They did what they had to do, and they put their hearts out there, and I couldn't have been more proud of them for that. And if we would have been second or third, I would have said, guys, we did our job tonight. And it was enough to win, fortunately for us.
And what was going through your head? I saw you standing over there whenever they were on the podium, getting their hats, getting their trophy. What were you thinking?
I'm just so happy for them. They pay a big price. They really do. We ask a lot of our guys. And to have them step up and receive the trophy and get the accolade that, today they were the best team. That was wonderful to see. They really deserve it. And there's more season. We got to come back tomorrow and do a good job, and then a couple more weeks we go to the NCAA, so it all starts over again. But for tonight, they're the Big Ten champions, and I'm very happy for them and proud of them.
Any prep for tomorrow, or is it just resting?
No, I was on them right away. Look, settle down, get recovered. We got to get back in tomorrow. So hopefully they can calm down and focus and come back in and do a good job for the individual.
Yeah, how do you guys feel right now? We'll start with that.
It's an honor and a privilege to win at home with this crowd, the best crowd I've ever experienced. It's like I couldn't be happier to do it at home.
Just knowing how much adversity that we had to face throughout that whole competition with falls, injuries, and still being able to come back and just win it, especially at home, it's unbelievable. It's surreal.
Same. Winning at home, it was like so surreal for me, and everyone did really good. They like fought. We didn't have Alexis, we didn't have Nestor, and we still overcame everything, all the adversities. And it's my freshman year, so that's really exciting.
Question: when you came and filled in for Alexis, what were you thinking at that point, and what did you have to do to help the team?
I was just trying to be super calm. I knew that we were going to be down a point for Alexis, for me subbing for him. And so when I went in, I just had to be calm and hit a clean routine.
Howard, you were the last performance of the night. Was that a lot of pressure on you?
Not really. I had this feeling before at NCAA's when it was here, and I guess this was like 3 times better, just because we knew that I knew I could hit this set. I've had a lot of injuries that's kind of held me back this year, but on my last pass I could just see in my peripheral vision the whole crowd standing up and just yelling as loud as they could, and that just gave me the final drive just to push to that last pass and just put it on my feet. So I didn't really feel any pressure. I knew that I was at home and that my family was behind me and that my brothers were Warriors, and I was ready to deliver for them. So.
When you were waiting for the score, did you know that you did it, or were you?
I didn't even look at the score. I was so happy with the performance, and knowing that Alexis was injured and us just coming back and sticking almost every dismount on the high bar, and then coming out and hitting every floor routine. That you couldn't ask for anything more than that. I didn't care what the final score said on the board. We came together so well at the end that the score didn't even matter to me. Just going out there and hitting it was just all that mattered. So.
How did it feel to win best all around?
I had no idea I won until I got up on stage and had an interview with those guys. And they're like, how's it feel to win the team and the all-around? I looked at them and I was like, what are you talking about? I still don't believe it. I'm still shocked right now. Because I wasn't thinking about my all-around score at all going through the competition. I was 100% team right there. And it surprised me.
Yeah, for all three, did it feel bittersweet that the 2 teams you had to beat tonight were Illinois and Michigan finishing 2nd and 3rd?
Well, it's always a good feeling beating Michigan. So yeah, I'm Ohio bred, so there's always a deep rivalry with Michigan. So this was always a great feeling.
It was good for me because those are the only 2 people we lost against, and yeah, I liked it.
I don't know. Is Alexis okay? Do we know is he going to compete tomorrow?
I haven't actually heard word on him. They're saying he's dehydrated or something, but I'm not for certain what's going on with him.
Was he standing there with you guys through the whole thing? I didn't see.
I don't think so.
He had to go.
Went to the training room.
Okay.